Hello and welcome to your next math lesson. Today we are going to continue to work with our number line. So I kind of left our picture of the number line up here. We're going to change it a little bit. We still need to remember our starting points, but then there's going to be questions that give you a whole bunch of different clues. And in all honesty, you might need a little bit of adult help with this or an older brother to help you with the reading. I'm going to try to go through this page with you pretty concisely, so all you need is this video. But it might be easier to get somebody to help you with the reading that you'll need for the clues later. So you're gonna need Stepping Stones page. It looks a lot like the one we just did for the last lesson. It says 9.3 up here. It is page 127. It's got a little ice cream cone down here, okay? And then it's got our number line up top. It says my number is, and each one of these is gonna have a different number a different starting point for us. And it's gonna give us different rules to try to think about on our number line. So it's gonna be a nice little puzzle for you. It's gonna be a head scratcher for you. So it's designed to be a little bit harder than the other ones, okay? So don't worry about it being harder. Don't worry about getting a little uncomfortable about the fact that it's hard. It's new stuff for you, so it's okay that it's uncomfortable because you'll get comfortable with it as you do it, okay? So the way we're doing this, it kind of tells us how to, we're gonna basically pick numbers and we're gonna give ourselves conditions for it, okay? So one of these, we're gonna need to know the less than, which is always moving towards this way on our card, or on our thing. Less than is gonna be this way, less than is that way. It means we're moving over here to this side from a number. Greater than is going to be the other way. It means we're moving towards bigger numbers if we're doing greater than. Greater than is like plus some, less than is take away some. So for this one, it's going to give us random numbers, and then it's going to tell us to try to find where it might be, okay? So let's just do an example. I'll do a couple examples of you. It's going to say, okay, start at, or, no, that's not what it is. It's going to give us different rules to do, okay? So one of the ones from the book, it's going to say, find a number that is between 10 and 15. So I got some strips here. You might want to grab some pieces of paper and cover up some of your number line for this. You're going to have a number line in your book. So let's find a number that's between 10 and 15. So I put my little strips on 10 and 15. And then we look in here and we see what numbers there are that meet that rule, okay? So this is just like giving you random rules and seeing if you can figure out what they mean. So if it gives you a number and says, find a number that is between 10 and 15, well, all of these numbers are going to be between 10 and 15. So take your pieces of paper and cover up your 10, cover up your 15, and see what's left. So if it gives you that rule, it will be either 11, 12, 13, or 14, and I will just put 13. I know that it's between 10 and 15, so it would meet my rule for this problem, okay? There's going to be a bunch of different rules. This strip thing isn't always going to work. Sometimes it's a different rule. So I'll take these off. Another type of problem is going to say, will you find a number that is less than 4? Less than 4 means any number that happens before we get to 4. So here's 4. This is going to be less than that. This is going to be less than that. And this is going to be less than that because it happens on this side of the number line. So if it says, find the number that's less than 4, take your piece of paper, cover up the 4, and then less than is going to be the stuff coming this way, okay? This direction. So then we just look at these numbers. We have 3, 2, or 1. For this one, we could put any one we want that's over on this side. All of these numbers are greater than 4, so they don't work for our rule. I'm going to put the number 3. 3 is less than 4. It's over here, so I can put it in my box, okay? And any piece of paper will work for you. You just need to know where to put them. Since this one said find a number that's less than 4, I knew I could put this on 4 and look this direction to find less than, okay? And we're gonna add these arrows to your book. You might wanna get a red crayon or marker and a green crayon or marker to use greater than or less than, just to remember that red and take away are kind of going backwards and greater than is adding. So I make it green like go, like a stoplight says go, you go on green. All right. Another rule you're going to run into on this page is sometimes it's going to say greater than 7, okay? Greater than 7 means any number that is on this side of our number line, bigger than 7. So I find my 7 here. I'm going to find my strip and put it right on the 7, so the 7 is covered up. And then because this is asking me anything that's greater, that means that I get to find any number over here that is greater than 7. Greater means larger, there's more stuff. So 10 is a bigger number. It's a greater number than 7 because there's more things in 10 than there are in 7. Okay? So I can put 10. 10 is a number that is greater than 7. Okay? Now, the reason this is kind of confusing is because your page is kind of confusing. I'm not going to lie. This is a confusing lesson. It gives you a bunch of different rules, okay? So what I want you to do is get your red marker, and I want you to put a red crayon, and I want you to put a red arrow going this way, and I want you to write less than, okay? Just like we did up here. Less than goes this way. Greater than is going to go this way. This is where a parent's going to help you a lot with writing the words less than or greater than. It could be an auntie, it could be an uncle, it could be an older brother or sister that knows how to spell them. You just need to know greater than is over this direction, that direction, and less than is this direction, okay? This first one reads, find a number that is between 11 and 15. So you're going to want to put your strips on 11 and on 15 and find something in between. So just get a couple pieces of white paper or Post-it notes or something and cover up those numbers. The second one reads less than 4, okay? That means you're finding a number that is anywhere before 4. So it's going to be over here. 3, 2, 1. All of these are different rules. That's why you're going to need somebody to help you with the reading part. They don't need to necessarily help you with figuring out what numbers they are. Hopefully you can try to do that yourself, but they're going to be able to help you with the reading of all of these, okay? Or you can go through it one at a time and I'll tell you right now. This one says between 11 and 15. So find a number between 11 and 15 and pause it in between each question. So if nobody else is helping you out and you're just having me read it for you, just pause it after I read these and then work it through and then listen to the next part. The next one says a number less than 4, okay? So put your number on 4 or your paper on 4 and look at something less than over here. 1, 2, or 3 will work in that one. Pause and unpause when you're ready. This one says greater than 8. Greater than 8 means anything larger than 8. So put your piece of paper on the number 8 and find anything over here because those are all greater than 8. This one says 1 less than 12. So this is using our skill from last week. Find 12 and take 1 less this way. Letter E here says find 1 greater than 19. So on this one, your starting point is 19 and you need to find 1 greater. This one says find 1 between 15 and 17. So you have pause it and find something between 15 and 17. G says find 1 greater than 5. And this last one reads between 16 and 20. Find a number between 16 and 20. So get your little strips, try to figure those out. Pause this video as you need it. Get help as you need it too. They can always, somebody can always read it for you. And if not, just pause the video when I'm done reading it and try to figure out what those rules mean. Two little Post-it notes will help you with being the strips part that I used right here, so you can cover up your two numbers. Post-it notes usually work really well with that. Little pieces of paper will work really well with that as well. And remember that less than means this way on the number line, and greater than means larger and larger and larger numbers. So the way we count is greater than more often than not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all getting greater and greater and greater as you go. Spaceship counting is where you're getting one less. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's going less than, okay? Smaller numbers. So good luck with this one. It is a challenging lesson, so it's okay to be challenged by this one, and it's okay to ask for help. It's always okay to ask for help, okay? Good luck, and take a picture of what you guys have done on this one, and send it to your teacher, and we'll see you next lesson.